Right, I am angry. I am really, really angry. I'm shaking now. I've been reading reports where children are going to be tested against the parents' permission. Okay, so in Liverpool on Friday, an email went out from a school telling parents that the army is coming into the school on Monday morning to start testing the children. If you object to that, you have to contact the school by Monday morning. You can't even get through to a GP, never a school. It is horrendous. They are coming for the children. I am shaking. I feel sick to the pit of my stomach. I am so pleased to see so many people standing here, especially the children with no masks on. Please, please, please do not put masks on children. It is offensive. It is child abuse. It is horrendous. I cannot tell you the amount of bacteria that will be carried in those masks. What else? We have a few people in Parliament speaking out. 38 people spoke in Parliament against the measures that are being brought in. At the bottom of the legislation, if you look at the legislation, right at the very bottom of it, it says no impact assessment has been carried out for this legislation. That means they have not taken into account the economic, financial impact of what this lockdown is doing to the whole of this country. It is disgraceful, it is disgusting, and we must all stand up and say, no, enough is enough.
Yeah!
I am a support worker. My job is to look after people. I am being prevented from doing that job. They insist that I wear a mask. I cannot physically wear a mask. They have told me that it is not them that is stopping me from working, but me. They tell me that they can force me to wear a mask to protect my clients, except they cannot force my clients to wear a mask. This tells me that it is mental, it is crazy. Nothing makes sense. Question everything. If it doesn't make sense, it is no sense. It is nonsense. When are people going to stop and look around at the freedoms that are being taken away from you? And the road, I don't want to frighten anybody, but in my head, for the last 3 weeks, round and round, I see camps, I see these white buildings being put up, and they are either going to be for mass testing, mass vaccination, or mass isolation for those of us who dare to stand up and say, no, we are not going to be imprisoned in our own country, in our own homes. We are not going to stand up from being financially ruined. It is an absolute disgrace what this country is becoming, and everybody needs to speak to everybody else. Do not rely on social media. Do not rely on anything. Get together with people. This is what they've been. I'm going to have to sit down. This is what they... Hold on, because I'm shaking.
Go on.
They...
Well, I'll get this on Facebook later on, don't you worry.
Sorry, I've lost my thread. Okay. What they're trying to do is keep us apart. Where is it that we get together and talk to people? In pubs, in restaurants, in families, in works, outside schools, and they're keeping us apart. Keep 6 feet apart. What absolute nonsense. We need to get together and speak to each other. Be kind to the people that have been terrified. I used to take the mickey out of them. I think, what the hell? Since I've been off work now, I've seen the propaganda that is being pumped out. I cannot believe everywhere you turn and look. Do this, don't do this, stand here, stand there. This is not about a virus that kills 0.05% 3% of people that claim to be tested positive. It is a lie. People need to wake up, do the research. I'm looking around now and I can see a lot of people not wearing masks and understanding. That is fantastic, but it needs to be more of us. To the ladies and people that are wearing face masks, please, 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 for your own good and the sake of your children and your children's children and every future generation, please just think about what you were doing this time last year when the flu virus was prevalent. And in 2018, you weren't walking around wearing masks. Please believe me, there is nothing to fear except fear itself.
Yeah! Well done, well done.
I don't know what else we can talk about as subjects. We've got schools, we've got the PCR testing.
Go on, you're right, you're right.
Carrie Mullis, the inventor of PCR testing, developed this to amplify RNA and DNA in order to do laboratory work, and he would build up the amount that was there. He would amplify. You've all heard about the amplification of RNA and to look for the proteins in the PCR on the PCR testing. All PCR testing is a diagnostic tool. You know, it's just for amplification. It's not used. It should never be used for looking for viruses. It takes a tiny portion and then amplifies it beyond belief, millions and millions, and then you can actually see it. The more you test, the more positive results you are getting, and the more we are being told that healthy people are sick. We know when we are sick. When we are sick, we are not standing outside test centres to be told we are sick. That is sick in itself. They're sick in the head, what they're trying to do, and everybody needs to wake up. And that's me done. Physically.
Way! Well done.